See all the kings and queens that's out there. This is your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, and we are BACKAGAIN this morning on another great Corona free day. How are you all doing? And I say day because it's past 12 o'clock. Okay. This video here is about young Pharoh versus Hassan Campbell. I'm going to cut straight through the chase and get to it. Before we get started, I want to say that Hassan Campbell was right. Hassan Campbell was right in regards to him being the first young man on YouTube to speak about how the coronavirus is an animal virus. He was the first one that I heard speak about that. In fact, I've used a line or two of his. He has a very, very informative show. Has a lot of information that's solid. Nothing that's going to send you off and misguide you. Nothing that I have researched in regards to that which he said is wrong. I have no idea why these two huge platforms are going at it with each other. I don't understand that. Young Pharoh and Hassan Campbell both wake a lot of people up. A lot of people are influenced by them. I don't know them personally, but I do know that they give up mad science to the people. And it's sad to see that these two young men are competing for a slot that is unattainable. You know, I remember hearing Hassan Campbell say that this is his YouTube thing, you know. But then he said that, you know, YouTube run it, but it's his shit. YouTube is his shit. That's what he said, something to that effect. Can't quote him exactly, but he represented himself like he run the streets on YouTube. Okay? But did give acknowledge to the people who run it behind the video platform that we don't see. Young Pharoh, on the other hand, is the young phenom. Very energetic, high energetic. Comes with a lot of receipts. Is a very controversial figure as a young guy. Very controversial. He too has great information. He too has information that once I've checked it and researched it, it's solid information. It's solid information. Hassan Campbell says that what J. Edgar Hoover said, that the next Christ figure or Messiah that the black people will get, we will make him for them, meaning that they will be pulling the strings. Okay. So are you saying that young Pharoh is this new Messiah? I don't say that young Pharoh is a new Messiah. Young Pharoh is a young man that came in the time that he was supposed to come. Some people say he's ahead of time. But whatever his purpose of coming or to being, he is. And so is Hassan Campbell. If I sit here and I have to say which one is best, neither one is best or better. It's not a competition, at least not to me. It's an awakening. Um, it's an awakening moment when I actually get to hear these two young men talk about things that they talk about on their YouTube channel. Uh, I myself, I've been on YouTube, what, 2 years? Well, talking uh, awakeness about 2 years. Prior to that, YouTube videos, savage type material. Some was, some wasn't. But I've been around, but I've been on the streets more than anything. Forget the YouTube, what you doing on the streets with the young people. And that's what I do. I talk to the young people. I educate the young people, not on YouTube, but in real life. That's what I do. I teach kids. I teach children what not to do. I teach children how to stay out of jail. I teach children how not to use drugs. I teach children how to free themselves from the education that the public school system is giving them, even though I too work in a school. That's right. Very selective of the children that I involve myself with, because children can get you fired. If you don't get laid off through this COVID thing, they will get you fired. Children in schools will have you put in jail. So I've been around, had a lot of great teachers, been in a lot of organizations. So I've been around. I just didn't get here 2 months ago or 3 months ago. I'm just a little guy who's always been in the bottom. But that's okay, because as long as I reach one person that I can make a light bulb go off in their head, I've did my job for the day. I don't worry about the big chair. I don't worry about, am I going to get the title? I don't worry about, I need that belt. I don't worry about competition like these two young gentlemen do. Hassan Campbell said that young Pharoh took his style. Really? I don't know. Maybe he did. But what you just said reminded me of what what Jay-Z said to Nas. He said, yeah, you made it a hot line, but I made it a hot song. So the young Pharoh make it a hot song, whereas you made it a hot line. I mean, that's what you're trying to say, that he stole what you put out there. He stole your craft and ran with it and made something of it. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that young Pharoh is the Jay-Z of YouTube? Hassan Campbell, when you speak words that people know, or cliches, or saying, why don't you give the master teacher who said that, why don't you give them credit for that? I do all the time. I do all the time. I use the master teacher saying, but I let people know that the master teacher said it. It's not for me. I have to give them their recognition. I'm not plagiarizing anything. And I'm not saying that you are, but I do notice that you don't even give the master teachers who gave you that wisdom, you don't even give them credit for that. Now that's not cool, but you have great valuable information, and I love watching your videos. So don't take it personal. If you do, I'm sorry. I mean no offense to you. And I mean no offense to young Pharoh. Young Pharoh, like I said, I haven't seen nobody on YouTube, with the exception of Hassan Campbell recently, that's putting fire out there like that. Like I said, there are a lot of people that I watch, gather information from, research it, study master teachers' information. Yes, I study their information too. Not that I don't trust the master teachers, but it's always good to research what they say so you can have more of a understanding of what they said and why they said it. Yeah. So just don't take words for face value. But these two young men, I tell you, they are, um, I would say it's like The Young and the Restless and General Hospital, if I had to put it in soap operas. Soap operas that bring you knowledge, though. Soap operas that bring you wisdom. Soap operas that offer some type of understanding to many people out there who have no understanding or have no knowledge of what's going on. Like I said, I've been around for a while, and my life is my credibility on what I speak about. And I don't mislead people. I don't mislead people at all. That would be a disfavor to me. And that would be a disservice to the people that are out here listening to this video, my audience, whomever you are, whether if it's one person, whether if it's 5 people, whether if it's 10 people, I give the same message. Young Pharoh, once again, I don't understand why these two young brothers are at it like this. I think that these two young brothers should get their minds together along with other great minds and come up with something for the people, something different than what religion did, something different than what the Masonic Lodge did, which replaced brotherhood where religion had failed men. That's where you get the Masonic order from. And if you're truly not, a part of the Masonic order, young Pharoh, even though you say you're not, you suspect sometimes. You suspect sometimes. Hassan Campbell, um, you suspect sometimes, young Pharoh. I tip my hat to you, and um, would I vote for Trump? Would I follow Trump? No, I wouldn't do that. That's something that you would do, seeing that you're vouching for the man. I don't have no problem with what you're doing. None. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous. I'm not trying to get a million views. I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm just trying to wake up people the same way that you are, and um, the Creator bless you with the gift, like He blessed everybody with the gift. The only thing they have to do is turn it on, read, meditate, research, watch the streets, inwardly and outwardly. Yes. So we all have a gift, and that's something that we all should use here on this platform that has been given to everybody. And to my Black brothers and sisters out there, try posting something positive and uplifting on this platform or on your platform or YouTube, something that don't have any value. Like you walk around sucking cock on YouTube, sucking cock on Facebook, showing more ass than you women. Are you gay? Are you gay? If you're not, pull your pants up. Stop showing your ass. You don't want your girl walking down the street showing all of her goodness out of her pants. Why would you be showing yours? Are you gay? If you're not gay, stop giving people the invitation that you are gay and pull your shit up. Besides, don't nobody want to smell your funky behind anyway. I'm just saying. These two young men, young Pharoh and Hassan Campbell, they are two images that young people can look up to and get some answers or get some wisdom. Hell, these two young men are giving knowledge and wisdom to older people, even older than me. These young two men have a large platform and people love them. I love watching their videos. Um, maybe maybe had I did what I was supposed to do maybe 10 years ago in regards to this YouTube thing, maybe I wouldn't be in the basement. But it's okay. It's okay because the message is being brought out there by these two young phenoms. That's right. So, um, but somebody is jealous of somebody here. And I just don't see why. I don't understand why they are competing with numbers. Remember, YouTube controlled the numbers. So why are you competing with numbers when YouTube controlled the numbers? YouTube control subscribers. YouTube control if your video gets aired or not. So I don't understand why YouTube are constantly at each other's throat when both of you all bring solid information to the audience that you have. So from an older man to younger men, you two need to cut that out and find some type of way to bring that together, to bring about that explosion. Could you imagine young Pharoh and Hassan Campbell, along with some other great minds, getting together and doing something? And that's what they don't want. That's what they don't want. Some people may have thought about the title that I just put, Hassan Campbell versus Young Pharoh, like, ooh, it's going down. No, it's not that type of video versus battle. No, no, it's not like that. It's about unity and how these two young men should straighten that nonsense out. Don't give them what they want. I can't even say what they want because when you get big platforms, people develop egos. Okay, so I can't even say that um, people want to see this go on, but they do. And some people that allowed you to have your platform, sometimes they may want to see it. I can't say if they do it or they don't, but I'm sure somebody back there running some shit may have wanted to see a real battle between you two. And your work speaks for itself. Whatever platform you're presenting, your work speaks for itself. You don't have to be in competition with anybody. With anybody. You say you know how you say you know who you are, meaning you are God in the flesh. So does God compete? God don't compete. God doesn't compete. God governs. He governs. Doesn't compete. Compete is a waste of time. That is what the Matrix has done. The Matrix has caused competition. Egos cause competition. And if it is your ego, check your ego. Don't let your ego win. Because I know both of you two have a chip on your shoulder. Both of you two have a chip on your shoulder. Not because you tough, no, but you know that you got it. You know that you got it. And I can respect that. Because when you got it, you're supposed to flaunt it. But it's how you flaunt it. And I know that you don't give a fuck on what I think. I'm just giving you from an OG perspective. That's all, young bloods. And I do say young bloods because both of you all are younger than I am. But I love that what you give to the community on YouTube. And yes, we know that they messed with your videos. Yes, we know that they screw with your numbers. We know that. Keep talking. Keep delivering the message. They're going to do what they want to do with the numbers. It don't matter. If you got 5,000 people in the building, 3,000 people in the building, 1,000 people in the building, your word is getting out there. Now, you may be talking about it has something to do with that cash, because both of you all, I know, anybody can find out how much these two characters make on YouTube. So my thing is, does it become about money with the views? If it's not about competition, if it's not about a throne, a belt, or being the champ versus a chump, you both are champs in your own reign. You don't have to compete. I put it to you this way. I've seen great men. I've seen great men fall by chumps. Okay. I've seen great men fall by chumps. Hassan Campbell. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't worry about what YP doing. Everybody knows what YP doing. Everybody knows what you're doing. In fact, the deep state knows what everybody's doing, especially if you're online. They know what you're doing on this quarantine. Hell, people putting it all on YouTube, on WorldStar, on Facebook, showing you the dumb shit that they're doing or good stuff that they're doing. The majority of shit that's on social media is garbage. And sadly, a lot of videos that go viral are garbage. And that includes music videos. Like I said, anytime a music video have more views than the lessons and teachings of the master teachers, yeah, that's bananas. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you all long. But young Pharoh and Hassan Campbell, y'all get that together. Hassan Campbell, stop assuming that people have not been through things. Whomever you are addressing that to, make sure you know that person and what they've been through in their life before you say, oh, they ain't had no fight. They ain't tough. They haven't dealt with what we deal with in New York. I lived in New York. I've lived all over the US. I lived in other countries. That is, if you're speaking to me. And if you're not speaking to me, that's great. But if you is, it's all peace, it's all love here. You and young Pharoh, I wish you two the best. Keep bringing that message. And check your egos. Check your egos. Check your egos at the door when you deal with people, your audience on YouTube. You don't know who's watching, and you don't know who's who. But keep doing your thing and remove those egos. Check it at the door before you get online. Other than that, I have nothing to say. And sadly, I know that I've disappointed some people with the title that I put up. And I wanted it that way. You see? You got it now? You got it now, right? So for the platform of young Pharoh and the platform of Hassan Campbell, for the platform of all of these conscious minds, we're all on the same team. We're all on the same team. Everybody's doing their role or doing their job. Speaking of job, young Pharoh said earlier that he's President Trump know that he's doing his job. Now, see, that makes me, you know what I'm saying? That make a person feel like, you suspect a little bit, Pharoh. But you don't care what I say, and it's all good with me. But I'm just saying little things that people see that they may not tell you, or you don't get a chance to read it in your chat. But I'm sure your family members critique that which you've said to your audience. I'm sure they do afterwards. And if your ego is in check, maybe you can review that or reassess that. I'm just saying. With that, you all, I want you to do not stay away from the popo. Do not drink and drive. Do not smoke weed in your car. Compete against your brother in order to win. We all win. We're all doing the same job. Some saying that you are qualified, that no one else is qualified to do what you're doing. You can't say that no one else isn't qualified to do what you're doing. Well, you may say, well, if they're qualified to do it, why haven't they been doing it? It can be a number of reasons. But just because you are qualified to do it doesn't mean that someone else is not qualified to do it. I'm just saying. And with that, you all, I'll leave you on a good note. Thanks for watching. Peace.